How you doing? Another beautiful day out in the woods of sorts, out in the sage and the juniper and all that good high desert goodness. Feeling great. How are you? Welcome back. This is another walk and talk. Yeah, well, Trump has he's black bagged Maduro. Maduro has been nabbed. Ladies and gentlemen, they got him. And who got him? Delta Force. Delta Force went into who knows what, I don't know, the dictator's mansion, the Capitol building, I don't know where they dropped into. Apparently they had 150 aircraft ready at all times to fly sorties into Venezuela and exfil this mother effer. They got him, ladies and gentlemen, they got him. Mission accomplished. 07 Trump. You got him, you got the bad boy, you got your guy. Yeah, this changes things a bit now, doesn't it? But first of all, how are you doing? Smash that thumbs up, be sure you sub. I'm bringing it back, bringing everything back online, bit by bit. It's good to be with you. Yeah, we are having a look at this Maduro situation. Yeah, did you see the pictures? Oh man, those beautiful pictures. It's a Saturday, so you know, a lot of people are around. A lot of people can follow the timeline. It's exciting when something happens on a Saturday. The timeline's extra jumping because all the Trump supporters are off from work because they're the only people that work in this frickin' country. They got him. He got taken out in his silk pajamas. He's wearing these nice cream-colored silk pajamas, sitting there on the transport plane next to some U.S. troops, some white men. All-white Delta Force squad, by the way. They're the ones that got him out of there. And I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's out of there. Now, there's lots to get into with this. I've been posting about this on Telegram, a little bit on Twitter too, but people are strange on Twitter. They want to complain about hypocrisy on Twitter. They want to do their best Elon Musk impression over on Twitter, and so I've had more fun on Telegram. Telegram's a little more exciting, maybe a little more edgy, but more the uncensored, real thoughts on there. I think it's great. I think it's great they got him out of there. If you're going to do all this stuff, right? If you're going to play the bully, if you're going to play bully ball, then you better get your fat ass in the post. You better post up. And Maduro couldn't post up. He's weak. He was weak in the paint, and he got knocked out by a bigger fish. You going to play the big fish game? I think this whole third worldism is just kind of a joke. You know, they bandy about their national interests as if it really is a thing, like as if it isn't just scoring points on Whitey. They want to score points on Whitey, and they want to spread their diaspora, and they want to take over white countries. And then they want to bitch and moan. They want to have it both ways, right? And there's a lot of bitching and moaning just going on the timeline. I'm just party to it. I'm just noticing anyway. Not party to it. I'm privy to it. Yeah, I don't get this whole bitching and moaning. Maduro is a bad dude. Maduro dumped out his prisons into America. He's a piece of shit. And he took Biden and his whole Autopen gang. You know, we're trading one band of Jewish overlords for another. Biden and his overlords, they said it's fine. It's fine if we have this scumbag dump his prisons into our country, into this economic zone. So Maduro deserved to be put in chains for that. And maybe people will be surprised about that, because here I'm talking about diffusing rage, and I'm talking about not speaking the language of abuse. But this is all predicated on, look, if you're gonna play bully ball and you don't got what it takes, then you don't got what it takes, and you shouldn't be surprised if you don't want to be agreeable. And this runs all the way up, right? Because people get titchy about this and go, "Oh, Steve, but this goes all the way up to the Rothschilds." And I say, "Yeah, of course it goes all the way up." And Maduro stuck his neck out, and he stole his own country's election to keep himself in power, so that he could keep his cabal of fatty carb body losers in there. and siphoning all the resources to themselves. If you're going to play bully ball, at least play it right. At least get some nukes. Go Kim Jong-un style and get you your nukes. So that way, get your surface-to-air missiles, get that all loaded up. You got the oil, right? So get those Russian and Chinese surface-to-air missiles and get your nukes. If you're gonna do bully ball, that's how you got to play, because that's the only way to keep Israel and its attack dog off your back. And he didn't want to learn that lesson, and he wanted to be a piece of shit, and so he got what he had coming. And this is what happens when you play with power. It's not for me. It's not for me. I'm not a big power player. Not really interested in that. I've sworn it off in the past. That seems to be holding true for me. My character is steady over time. I'm not looking to do this sort of thing. You know, everybody complains. Everybody's complaining. Oh, well, we can't. They can black bag Maduro, but they won't even get these Mexican activists out of America. And it's like, I get that. I get the hypocrisy of that. But it's not hypocrisy. I mean, Maduro wasn't on the Epstein list. So what incentive did they have to protect him? This isn't Americanism. This is just gangsterism. And this particular this roll of the dice, for me, served my interests, which is going to bring my gas bill down, going to bring my gasoline and my food prices down. And that's what people are complaining about anyway. They want their own interests. Like, people want to use political means, political ends, to serve their own interests. And they're complaining at the hypocrisy of the Epstein list people, the Bank of Rothschild people, serving their own interests. And I just think I think at this point it's really trite. Like, don't you know the name of the game? The name of the game is power. And so, yeah, I'll take the small W. I'll take the small W. If my gas gets under $2 a gallon, thank you, Trump. You're going to seize the $17 trillion in oil out of Venezuela, and I'm going to see a little touch of that. Most of that's going to go to Basel and who knows where. You know, it's going to go to Tel Aviv and all this. And I get a little cut of that. Well, thank you. You know, Maduro was playing bully ball and he got. So, and then Gustavo Petro, who's also a scumbag, he is playing the same thing. You know, he wants to be in charge of the people, a man of the people. But then the drugs don't stop flowing out of there. And I don't have exact forensic knowledge. I don't have the exact footage from the live satellite feed. But it sure looks like America still has a drug crisis. And he sure does talk like a drug guy, right? And so, you want to take over your country and then you want to spread leftism. You're a sack of shit. And so if the Rothschilds bowl you over using Trump, don't be surprised. And what room do you have to complain? Oh, this place, I see Thomas Massey. Oh, no, there's going to be this regime change and regime stabilization and da-da-da-da-da. Like, don't you know it's just power? Come on, Thomas Massey. This isn't like Iraq 2.0. This is Trump in charge of things. It isn't Bush in charge of things. It's a little different. An administrative zone is going up across the Western Hemisphere. An administrative surveillance zone is going up. And the people who run this are rather sophisticated. It goes much higher than Bush doddering around in Iraq. Much higher than that. And Thomas Massey probably knows better, but he's just being rhetorical and he has to say what he has to say. And that's what people are doing. You know, they're trying to get the big retweets and the big likes to do the remigration thing and show the hypocrisy of this whole Maduro situation, contrasted against that. But they're just complaining to serve their own interests. And complaining doesn't get you anything. And I think that is just worth mentioning. I've really made it a habit to not complain. And it can be hard sometimes. I've had a pretty hard life at times. But in terms of my judgment, been pretty good judgment. Been pretty good judgment as well. It's a funny mix. And so I've not made it a habit to complain. Thanks, Trump. Thanks for the oil. Thanks for lower gas prices. I'm going to see a little clip of that 17 trillion. A little bit of that's going to come my way. Thanks, man. Thanks, Rubio. Thanks, Hegseth. We all know what it is. These guys are attack dogs. And they're setting up China doesn't want to play ball. China doesn't want to play ball with Israel, it looks like. And so Israel is taking the pretense of the Monroe Doctrine and establishing these economic zones across the West. Chile just went, right? Chile just went. Things have been rebolstered with Japan. Argentina previously went before Chile. Now Venezuela has gone. What do we think this is? You know what it is. So they're just going to march forward. And this isn't one of these doddering around in Iraq situations. Like, they're competent. They're competent, they know what they're doing, and they're going to take the oil out of there. And they're going to stake out the beachfront condos for themselves. They're going to get the primo real estate for themselves, and they're going to call it capitalism. And you and I will see a little bit of nominal gain from that. And hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Because what's the alternative, right? That's the alternative. What's the alternative? We put Thomas Massey in power? I don't know. It's gone, man. The situation's gone. So, and I've offered up the solution. People don't want to listen to the solution. Look at my numbers. People don't want to listen to the solution. And, I own some of that. I own some of that too. It's not just the message, but I could be doing a better job. And I will. Just got to sleep a little more. Anyway. So, I'm not in this, I'm not in the neocon camp. I'm not like just topple nations to feed the Israeli beast. But that's what's going to happen anyway. And you all fucking voted for it. So, I don't want to see a single person who voted for Trump complaining about this. I didn't vote for Trump. And so I'm free of this. I don't have to be concerned. I didn't put him into power. I didn't root for him. So he wants to drop my gas prices a little bit, drop my energy prices. Thanks, man. So there you go. Something to think about. Hey, calm down. Calm down. We're marching toward a one world government. We're marching toward a world court in the buildings that have been allotted and erected by the most powerful people in the world. And I don't know, the complaining is like long in the tooth. Complaining doesn't work. The feedback mechanism is now closed off. The pivot away from Israel will not happen. The cow will be bled dry. And as the cow's bled dry, that will be used to feed the new hegemon. And they outsmarted everybody. And they outmuscled everyone. And they ran a targeted assassination campaign, the likes of which world history has never seen, throughout the 20th century, in order to establish themselves as the hegemon. And we're living in that. And so you can get smart, you can get tough, but if you want power, if you seek power, what room do you have to complain? No, I want power to be used this way. It's not up to you. And it never will be. And it's not up to me. And it's not even up to the cleverest among us. Because, well, that's a good question. Yeah, that is a great question. That's one that I go back and forth on. Because evil has its own logic. There you go. People got I'm sure people that don't like me got very excited in that moment. Well, he doesn't know, but I do know. Evil has its own logic, and so you can only align with evil, right? And do its bidding. People are like, no, what if we use violence for good? What if we what if we copied the most evil people, but we'll get a different result? We'll get our own result that favors us. And it's like, and we'll steal to do it, right? What's your monetary policy? Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, what's your monetary policy for that? Mum's the word. Then nothing is said, right? Then the mask is really off in that moment. And I've been saying this for a little while. So yeah, I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun with the whole Maduro. The guys, do we really have a dog in the game of liberal democracy, capitalism, and versus like nationalist communism, Like, do we really have a dog in this fight? I certainly don't. Maduro didn't do anything for me. He didn't serve my interests. Trump and Rubio and Hegseth, they just kind of served my interests a little bit. Now I'm gonna get the Ram 2500. I've had the Ram 1500 with the Hemi, but now I'm gonna get the Ram 2500 with the Cummins. Yeah, that serves my interests. Thanks, guys. Little trickle down my way. Trickle down warfaring. Yeah. So, and also, like, what damn did Maduro give about what was right? He didn't. He's just a petty bully. I mean, the same way that other people are. Other people that just did some power moves on him. Petty bully, and it's just up at that point, if you choose the principle to power, it's just up to how cunning and intelligent you are, how predatorial you've been programmed to be, and then how much you add on top of that. People don't want to face this. They want to complain about the hypocrisy. They want to get Elon Musk points. You know. And I wish I could say this is cynical, but it's like, but this is what people want. People want to complain. By and large, people don't want to laugh. People don't want to have fun. People don't want to enjoy. I'm going to be eating. Trump brought home the bacon. I'm going to be eating. Evil has its own logic. Until you accept that, you're not going to have fun. You're not going to enjoy. Coercion leads to the exact opposite of all the results that good people want. And until you accept this, and so long as you fight against this and think you, in your way, in your cleverness, and in your intellectuality, you can somehow buck the trend, you can make something different happen, you won't be enjoying. You won't be free to laugh and have a good time and and really to have your sanity. It's a real sanity check to understand this. So there you go. That's my take. That's my take on the Maduro situation. So glad he's gone. These cheap little gangsters in the third world with their little machete squads going around and clubbing people into submission. I mean, fuck them. Fuck them. Why do they get to have anything? You know? If someone takes it from them, I laugh. Why not? They don't, it's not like they accord themselves any principles. Come on now. They stand behind their third worldism, right? Like it's some argument. But it's just their excuse for being uncivilized and wretched. And this level of organization that we have in the West is really only available to sophisticated, self-restraining people. And we are seeing a divergence in America between the people who are self-restraining and the people that aren't. And we're not always going to live under the dominion of the people that aren't. But I don't know, will it happen in my lifetime or not? Things are moving pretty quickly. Don't gotta be pessimistic. I know pessimism sells, right? But your guess is as good as mine. I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you're off to a good day. Getting this one in a little earlier in the day. I'll see you.